Normal human weaknesses, has no fighting experience and will never make the first attack due to his cowardice. Relies entirely on his intimidating appearance and sheer luck in most cases. Overconfident, tends not to take fights seriously. Tatsumaki is extremely arrogant. Her defense weakens when she is attacking. Her psychic capabilities can also be considerably weakened if her brain directly takes damage. This problem will take a turn for the worse if she continues to use her powers in this state. Those with sufficiently strong wills can also resist her psychic powers. Generally brash and reckless. Fighting spirit deactivates one instant in battle, and if he has sustained significant injuries, he will succumb to them and be left unconscious until he has recovered. It is possible that his fighting spirit can recover his injuries, but needs a certain amount of time to do so. Incapable of fighting in front of his sister. Limited range. Bank is unwilling to learn new techniques and methods to beat an opponent or to think outside the box. As he put it, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. As demonstrated during the fight against Melgazard, his experience in sword fightings has made him unwilling to try new methods to defeat his enemies, relying solely on slicing. He is very arrogant and often judges someone just by appearance. His superiority complex. His strongest weapon, the Brave Giant, has a time limit of 2.5 minutes. Extremely arrogant, can be easily provoked, and he will kill anyone including human hostages who gets in his way. Gets shivers and has trouble moving when he sees extremely ugliness, which renders him defenseless against Fury Ugly. His passionate desire to kill monsters is due to keeping himself to the side of humanity. If he considers humans to be outnumbered and on the weaker side, he will side with mysterious beings in the end. No notable. The actual Buffoy is an average human scientist. No notable. Despite being one of the strongest heroes, he is quite meek and frail in terms of personality, which prevented him from breaking his limiter. His body's shimmer deflection can be overcome if the attack are too powerful. If his cell stock gets low, he'll become weaker and eventually be unable to regenerate or make copies. Garu is very protective to Terrell and he always puts his life on the line to ensure his safety. Garu often withholds from using the water stream rock smashing fist martial art until he needs to, as it reminds him of Ben. Prone to intentionally prolonging fights to become stronger, typically letting enemies get serious. Tends to underestimate opponents once they are defeated. Boros is overconfident. Meteoric burst burdens his body immensely. If he runs out of energy, he will no longer be able to regenerate. He does not take anything seriously initially and tends to hold back to possibly prolong a fight. Saitama has no true martial arts training as he simply just fights, and is possibly unable to breathe in space as well as being susceptible to disease. Careless in combat at times, gets injured and dismantled a lot due to letting his guard down many times. The core has limited power supply and he will cease to function if it is destroyed. He seems to have terrible luck, frequently going up against foes that are far beyond his capability to handle. Can only go full power for 10 seconds. No notable, mostly because not enough is known about him.
Me and none of them not travel on any trip. In the seat of corruption, me say me sit. Look like from corruption, them a benefit.